Thank you very much, Prashant. Definitely, yes, more than the qualifications. I would, use the experience of my previous two speakers. Finally, it's results on the ground which speak. We can all have long qualifications, but if it doesn't get us results, then we are simply wasting time. Very simple as that. Interesting topic that's given to me. When I saw this topic, I literally jumped out of my seat. I would really want to put it on record over here. In my career in this profession, 13 years that I've been here, as an OD specialist, organization development specialist, as a behavioral trainer, this is the first organization which has invited me to talk on this topic. I'm telling you this because, very frankly, I've had a lot of experience with this topic and the experience has not been so great. I would like to share my experiences over here. Kesarji, I've made a small change to the topic that was provided. The topic that was actually given to me was HR and training linked to profitability, a full stop. Well, if you're really observing it, I'm going to be handling this session in a slightly different way. It is going to be a bit interactive. I understand I have very little time at hand. So I may ask you a few questions, which definitely, yes, I'm not undermining anybody's experience, anybody's value over here, but these are some real questions which we as stakeholders need to find answers to. Very first question in this room, when I'm really looking at that, how many of us in this room, in very, very simple terms, can explain the term profitability? We are looking at linking our HR practices, our training practices to profitability first of all. But how many of us sitting in this room, many of us management stakeholders over here, could very simple language explain profitability, what it really means? I'm just taking a few words from Surinder, from where you came, right? Now that's the first question. Second, again going back to what Surinder said, very similar experience I've had. Are we serious? I mean, how do we link HR training to profitability? So profitability is sales, marketing, dispatch, logistics, collections. HR is a back-end department. I just handle your people, I handle absenteeism, I handle payroll, that's it. I mean, how do I handle all this? I'm sure we have other experiences over here too. But I would like to share with you something. Now, this is data that I, as a company, WorkSenses, we have captured over the last 3.5 years. We had requests from various companies, and I'm talking to you about global data. Various companies all over the world, 126 exactly to be sure, approached us saying that we have these particular training needs. Can you please send us a proposal? 3.5 years, I'm talking of last 3.5 years. Now, along with the proposal, yes, proposal went to all these 126 companies. Along with the proposal, we also sent a document which had questions to help companies plan for ROI. Excellent, you have a training budget, welcome, wonderful. But these are certain questions we really want you all to answer as to how are you going to return, how are you going to see your return on investment. Take a guess, how many companies even called us for a discussion? 126 companies asked us for a proposal, we sent. Take your wildest guess. How many companies do you think would have really got back to us for a discussion? Yes, we want to discuss further. 20%? Depends on the price again. Well, I would also want to share with you, there was quite a bit of homework that they had done before they really came to me. Yeah, great question. Actually, yes. So somebody said 15 companies, or was it percentage? Percentage, 20%? Yes, almost right over there. I would just want you to look at the scenario. A company is willing to invest in training, and when we as training providers are asking them questions on how are we going to plan for return on investment, I actually had a response. We actually went to discussion stage with 23 full companies. I am here not only talking of smaller companies, I am talking of companies of all sizes. I will not take names, but 23 companies actually got back to us saying, interesting, can we please discuss this further? That's roughly 18%. Many of us over here, yes, we have a lot of training budget in our organizations. We have been doing it. We have been actually looking at the spend. Would you be aware? I'm really talking to all of you as management stakeholders over here. Would you be aware annually what is your HR spend? What is your spend on employee development? Second, you as the management stakeholder, are you really demanding, thinking also about, this is the investment that we are making, how are we going to see it back? In what way is this going to bring us results? You as management stakeholders, are you even asking these questions? Prashant, when I got this topic, I literally jumped. Yes, Prashant had a little bit of apprehension. Aisshvarya, it's going to be half an hour, 45 minutes. Would you want to come all the way from Chennai for this? I said very much yes. Very, very much yes. You might notice a bit of irritation in my voice while I'm speaking to you, friends. It is true. As a consultant who is looking at people development, it seems to be a journey that I'm fighting with companies saying, can we please have these discussions? I'm losing patience in terms of working with companies which do not. I saw that in your voice, Surinder, when you were speaking over here. What a journey it is for us. Okay? Now, let's look at this. And well, friends, the very reason that I'm holding this dais over here today is because Prashant got my reference from some very disconnected part of the world of some work that I have done. Reason why he said, can you please be here and share your experiences? That's why I'm here. Let's move on this. We have asked a lot of questions on that. I am presenting to you some global data. Yes, 86% managers all over the world, big, small companies, managers do feel really it is important to invest on employee development. Well, this is not anything which is we don't know, but I'm presenting you data. You might feel this is all global data. Like Surinder said, what does it mean for us in India? All of this data is also a fantastic representation of India because India was considered when this data was being collected. Okay. Now, let's move a little bit more forward. I would like to share one more experience with you. In these 13 years that I have been holding a lot of workshops, a lot of these interventions with companies, big, small, all over the world, only two participants have actually asked me, Aisshvarya, attending your training programs, what are going to be the benefits? Could you please give us some examples? When people have attended your training programs, as a participant, as an organization, what benefits have really come? 2 out of thousands of people who have attended workshops all over the world, 2 people have really asked me. First one was about 9 years back. This was a participant who was attending a workshop on time management. Obviously, he didn't want to be in the program, so he started with this. Well, yes, I really looked at that as a valuable question. 9 years back, I didn't have a clear answer. I gave a very generic answer saying people generally become more confident, people work better as teams, people understand organization culture so much better. But frankly, I went back home with a feeling saying that, no, Aisshvarya, this does not translate into profits for the company. Until companies are really able to see that in hard numbers, this is all only talk. That was my story 9 years back. That is exactly when I took up this journey and I said, no, if I am not clear about any workshop that's going to happen for a group when profitability is not the final result, sorry, but that's a waste of time for the company and for me. That's where my journey really started. And very proudly, 11 months back, this was a program that I was doing for Tata International. Tata International, we were doing an entire series of workshops on performance management. Again, I had a very senior manager who now asked me a very pointed question. Could you give me an example of impact that your programs have had on the company? Now, that's when I shared with him 2 examples, two small examples. Now, I'm taking examples with you. I will definitely agree with Surinder. Surinder, when you said in India, definitely our employees, our labor force are much, much more better than what you get various other parts of the world. I would 100% agree with him. Now, coming back to this, I'm giving you an example from a very remote part of the world. What systems exist, we don't know. I mean, it is sheer mystery how they do business in that part of the world. It's just that. Okay, as Indians, when we step into that scenario and we see this, we, first of all, I don't know, I felt frightened, Prashant. I don't know about your experience, but that was what I really felt. Slowly, when we get to understand, now this was a group which actually came into a program which we titled Passion to Results. They took up a target saying, we need to reduce our vehicle running costs by $43,000. That was the goal that they took for 1 year. Okay, now by the way, this is the logistics department, and their anger was the management doesn't consider us important because we don't bring money into the company. So they actually sat in the workshop and they took up this goal, they planned for it. 9 months down the line, they actually brought out a result which showed $55,000 savings in vehicle running cost alone. Now friends, I would want you to be very careful over here. This is not any magic by work senses, any magic by Aisshvarya. Frankly, going back to what Surendra said, I will refer to him a lot because a lot of his data actually speaks of this. Definitely yes, it is not an easy journey when we are looking at actually bringing about ROI. There's a lot that happens before the training, there's a lot that happens after the training. And that is where the results really are made. Many companies don't want to have these discussions. Now this was one organization which actually had invested in having this discussion, actually looked at the ROI. This is one example. The second example that I shared was of, again, this is a company where they were actually not too happy with the amount of scrap that they were generating. They were generating about 2.9% of their production as scrap. For a very long time, they were struggling in terms of bringing this down. So right in the workshop, the production team along with the maintenance team sat down and they took up a goal saying, from 2.9%, we are going to bring it down to 1.7% in the next 6 months. Well, the CEO who was attending that workshop along with them actually doubted and said, I'll be very happy even if you achieve 30% of this. Even if you achieve really 30% of this, I will definitely say, Aisshvarya, very well done, team great. Now the team took it up as a challenge. In 6 months from that date, they actually brought it down from 2.9% to 1.7%. They did that. They continued with it. In the next 3 months, they actually brought it down to 1.4% scrap. They went on with it. By the end of the year, they actually brought it down to 1.1%. It is now about 18 months since that particular workshop that we ran. Today, the scrap stands at 0.63%. Now, again, Surendra, going back, right in the morning today, while I was really sitting there with some of your colleagues, well, one comment that I really heard, हाँ दिन शुरू होते ही उनका दिन ही शुरू होता है with गालियाँ. I mean, that is culture. That's the way people work over here. Frankly, let me ask you, many of us, when we joined our companies as employees, day 1, day 2, initial first 1 day, 2 days, what was the thought that you had in your heart? What was the josh that you came in to your company with? Why today has it reduced that only if there is somebody policing me at my back, I will do my work? How come that thing changed? Think about this. Moving forward, let me present a little bit more data to you. The reality on the ground when we are really looking at people management. Keep in mind again, I'm presenting to you global data, but this is very, very much a story of India too. Well, almost 70%, 75% CEOs feel HR data, training data is very important for them to formulate their policies, their strategies. But they are only receiving, about 15% of them are saying that we receive meaningful, relevant data. Okay? Most of the CFOs are saying, I am not very confident about the type of money that is being spent on HR, on training. I'm not very confident that it's being spent in the right place. And that number is a huge number. 88% of CFOs are saying no. Now, when we say CFOs over here, we also mean anybody who is heading the finance functions. Why people, many a times, I get people who would share with me, oh, we came into this training program thinking it's going to be a picnic, 2 days away from work. No wonder line managers, only 23% of them are agreeing and saying, yes, it is meaningful to send my people for training. The reality is this, friends. This is what we are dealing with. This is where we are spending and investing our money today. Okay. Now, going forward, definitely, yes, if we really are looking at all our HR practices, all our training practices, making sense, making relevance, actually relating to profitability in our organizations, I would definitely say it is a huge task, as huge as climbing Mount Everest. Why so? This is data relating to manufacturing production segment India. As latest as 2013 is what we are talking about. Only 4% of our employees are fully, completely engaged in their work. Relate this back to what Surinder said about 5% enthusiasts. And we have huge number, 64%, who happily not so engaged. Anyway, I know I have a job, I have to come, I have to go. Whether I do or I don't do, it doesn't really make great difference. That's where we are. And the dangerous percentage, 32, actively disengaged. Being disengaged is maybe better, but these people are actively disengaged. What are they doing? So very actively, what is it that they seem to be doing in the organization then? Spreading negativity. What else? Demotivating even those who want to really work. Yes. Any other ideas? Consuming resources, not really actually producing anything from them. In very, very simple terms, creating scrap. In very, very simple terms, creating OT. I'm giving you very simple basic examples. Now this is the dangerous lot. Mind you, all these 100% people came to work on day one with the Josh in the heart saying that I want to do best for my company. All these 100% people came with that. What happened within the company then to convert 64% into non-engaged and 32% into actively disengaged? As managers, this is something very serious that we all need to really look into. Some difficult questions. Many managers all over the world would share with me and say, but Aisshvarya, I don't have only this work to do. My work is actually running out there, getting business, ensuring that production is happening, machines are running, all of this, and this is not my only work. Well, yes, I agree to you, but I would also have a question to you. If this is not your work, then whose work is this? Yes, we do have fancy HR departments. We definitely do have. Nidhi, how many times does it happen? I have a problem with this worker, can you please deal with it? You know, this guy is being so absent, can you please deal with it? Do something with him? Yes, they are the supporting division which is supposed to be looking at how do we get more and more. But then you are the line managers, you are the managers who are really managing your people. Now, if they are not being managed by you, then yes, that seems to be a gap on our side. Moving forward, let's look at what we can do about this. This was a very interesting research which involved a lot of experiments where we talked of difference between an effective manager and an ineffective manager. Please look at the data. The moment you are putting an effective manager in place, we are saying the employee performance increased by 25%. The moment you are putting an effective manager in place, emotional commitment of our employees increases by 52%. Whether you are behind me or not as an employee, I know what I'm supposed to do and I would want to do it to the very best. 52% increase in this. And going forward, yes, my intent to really stay in the company increased as much as 40% when we transform ourselves as effective managers. Yes, the saying is very, very simple. We need to be focusing on building skills, people management skills, definitely more at the managerial level, at the supervisory level, rather than doing something else downline. I will want to run a very simple experiment which is going to prove this to you. I would invite about 6 to 8 volunteers who are going to be a part of this experiment. Yes.
Yeah, please.
Please.
3, 4.
We need some people from our other wings also. Please.
1 quota for women. So
yes, please.
6 has to be. Gunish, are you coming? Active members.
Come on. I mean, we definitely need more people over here.
1 women.
We talked of being engaged.
Invite some HR heads also.
Yes. Please.
We have a huge women's section over there.
So 1 volunteer. No quizzes.
Don't worry. We are looking at all of us as employees. I am your manager, so you don't need to worry at all. The blame is completely going to be on me.
Please. Yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. Okay. If we can get them notepads and pencils, please.
So all those people who have come over here are in these 5% enthusiasts. So you see, ultimately you have to find that 5% always among the lot.
Yeah, I think you'll need to be careful of us. We are all very data people. So we
Very data.
I think you have to be more effective manager because it seems you stay there.
Yeah, I understand. On that note, I will definitely say my job well done. My purpose was that. Okay, so I would want all of us to really observe. Am I audible? Yeah? Okay. So, you have a very, very simple task at hand. Very simple task at hand. Please understand the role over here. I am their manager. Simple as that. Okay? Now, your task is as simple as, I will give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay? First round, you don't ask me any questions. You will not ask me any questions. Okay? So, what you need to do in 30 seconds is write. So, what you need to do in 30 seconds is write down English alphabets. Writing each alphabet, you need to also circle them. 30 seconds. Simple task. Okay, please hold. It's not started. Sir, we have not started. Okay? 30 seconds. English alphabets. Each alphabet needs to also be circled. At the end of 30 seconds, we will see how many and who has the greatest number. Okay, so shall we start?
Can I give this?
Yeah, hold on, please. Wait. Okay, fresh start, please. Okay, yes, start. Stop. Okay, please give us your numbers. Yes, please give us your numbers. 18. 24. Okay, shall we go in order? Because otherwise we'll miss out.
Okay, 25.
Okay, 25. 26. 9.
9 circle.
Oh, 9 circled. That's wonderful. Yes. Yeah, please. You need to alphabet circled, na?
Yeah.
24.
Wow.
18.
18.
15 circle.
15 circled. Okay. Now, this is 1/4 of the year which is over. So, manager is now going to check the work. What's happening?
I wrote it twice. So
What is this? Ah. Oh. Sorry, but there seems to be one error. I don't know on whose side, whether your side or my side, but sadly, I will have to really. Why, I'll tell you. I expected you to write small letters and vertically. Now, except ma'am, she's written it vertically. Everybody has written capital letters. Sorry. Okay, so first quarter has gone down the drain. Performance really bad. Not done well. Well, sir, I thought, you're all very experienced people. इतना तो आपको पता होगा कि क्या लिखना है, क्या नहीं लिखना है. I'm a manager. छोटी-छोटी बात तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगी ना, sir. हाँ, इतना तो आप सीख के आए होंगे, इतना तो पता होगा. We are talking of so much experience. Mind you, I am the manager, huh? Okay? इतना भी नहीं कर सकते आप. क्या है? What is this? Okay? So, shall we move to second round? Okay, second round. Do you have any questions before we start? Do you have any questions?
Can you ask your question to be more specific and detailed?
Sir, आपको क्या detail चाहिए? Tell me. Ask me specific questions.
नहीं मैम ठीक है जैसे आप बोलें.
Sir, keep in mind, end of the year performance appraisal होने वाला है.
जैसे आप कहेंगे.
Anybody else? Any question?
एक बार आप करके दिखा सकते हैं जैसे करते हैं फिर we'll follow you and we'll follow.
Okay. I may not be able to do it over here. अगर board होता तो fine, I'll do it. What I really require you to do is any questions now? I just told you to write alphabets of the English language. Anything you can write. A, O, कुछ भी लिख सकते हैं आप. I'm not necessarily telling you only ABCD चाहिए.
Any more rules?
Fantastic. That's a great question. Any more rules? Any more expectations? Yes, definitely yes. That's a fantastic question. One, I want you to be very clear. Please write vertically. Second, please write only small letters. Even if you keep repeating the same letter, it's okay. I don't have a problem. Any more questions? Come on. Think a little bit more.
Vertical rows are you allowed?
How many?
Vertical rows are you allowed?
How many vertical rows? As many as you can. Would it help you if I can give you a few expert tips? Would it help you? Please make sure that as you are writing, first of all, choose the easiest letter to write. Figure that out. Okay? Now, having done that, as you're writing the letter, keep circling it, because any letter that is not circled is not going to be counted. So keep that in your mind. Would it help you if probably you can take a seat? Would that be more comfortable? So please, two of you can come actually here, some of you can go there. I want you to keep in mind all the inputs that are required from a manager to really get performance. Please, let's not lose on that. Sir, you can come here. Two of you can come actually here.
Please come.
Okay. That's going to be comfortable? Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, there's a suggestion. You can just write a O, but you need to circle it again. Yeah. It needs to be there in the circle. Okay, our audience has got involved now. Questions, or you want to participate?
What is the agenda? What is the motive?
Fantastic. What is the motive of this entire exercise? Well, we are really looking at coming up with a particular design. Okay, maybe this design is going to be printed on cloths or something, and we want to really see which is design which can be repeated most quickly. Okay, if you are doing it hand-wise, which is that? So this is the objective wherein we want to see within those 30 seconds who can give us best quality and most alphabets circled. Are we okay? Fantastic. Shall we move? Yes? Everybody ready with the new list? Okay, 30 seconds please. Start. Stop, please. Good. Can you please give me your numbers now? 16. Whoa, 26. I'll just come. 17. Ma'am? 26, sir. 24.
22.
Okay. Do we need to audit it? Somebody who's sitting close by, can you please audit quickly? Small letters in circles and circled. Done. Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Third round now. Any more questions that you have? Anybody? Any questions?
We want to know which alphabet is frequently used.
Yes, sir. Which alphabet did you? U. A. V. C. I. C. Okay. So C seems to be more easier. Okay. Now, third round, and this is where I require cooperation from all of us as colleagues over here. Whoever wins the third round, you are going to get a standing ovation from all of us over here. Everybody ready for that? Yes? Okay. So, please hold, don't start. No, it's okay. Compliance. Okay, so whoever wins this last round is going to get a standing ovation from the entire audience over here. Start. Stop. Okay, yes, please. Please count. $26. Sir, do you need to count once more? 31.
16.
Okay, 16. 26 again. 13.
34.
34. So as we promised, let's give him a standing ovation. Wonderful. Great job. Very well done. Great show. Oh, wonderful. Sir, your name? So it is Vivek's 50th birthday also. Wonderful. Happy birthday.
He's always brilliant.
Doesn't matter which manager works with him. Friends, very quickly, next 2 minutes, let's wrap up on this. What made difference in this performance? This is a very, very simple game, a very simple game. Just one little example this was. What made the difference over here?
Feedback and clarification.
Lot of feedback, lot of clarification, which actually saw a lot of improvement in performance.
Understanding of expectations.
Appreciation, rewards, what can be expected out of it, clarity of the objective. Why are we doing this? Definitely, yes, skill practice has also happened.
Engagement that's been talked about.
And finally, engagement that really made all the difference. I really want to do this.
And a module demonstration also was done when I was asked.
All your role as a manager, a proper demonstration of what performance is really expected.
Plan, do, check, act. PDCA. Because I actually changed the way I was circling. Instead of circling it after writing out all the alphabets, the motion was saved when I started circling it individually. It changed everything.
Now we are talking of, to a certain extent, this idea came from a manager's side saying, why don't you try this way? Performance, definitely yes. Technical expertise, definitely yes, is available. They know how to write alphabets. That's not what's required. But then those additional higher level inputs that were really required, very small activity, but it transformed into greater performance. So friends, this is what I really wanted to present to you. Yes, it definitely is possible. If we are serious about this, it definitely is possible to make this difference in profitability. Ultimately, it's our people who generate the bottom line. Thank you very much.